So it is WrestleMania week. We've got 14 matches for now on WrestleMania 38 from Dallas, Texas, from the AT&T Stadium, of course, from Jerry's World. And yeah, we're just going to be talking about WrestleMania today. WrestleMania 38 Explained is the title of the video, and we did one of these with AEW Revolution just a couple weeks ago, really. Now, this video won't be as long and as in-depth as the AEW video, because I'll just be honest with you right now, I don't watch WWE as much as I do AEW, but I'm going to do my best to try to explain some of the storylines, and we'll talk about this WrestleMania card and what I think should happen for each and every match. So let's get straight into it, folks. And if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more here on the channel. So starting off with night one, which is obviously Saturday. Now, the main event is still supposed to be Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, and we're going to get to that in a second, but no one gives a damn about that match. They built that feud up horribly. The promos, I'll be honest, have been terrible. I mean, Charlotte's not bad on the mic, but damn, Ronda still can't cut a promo. So, I mean, I guess this one, if it's not going to main event the card, it'll probably start the card. It's Becky Lynch, it's Bianca Belair. It's probably the best, built up feud that they have on this WrestleMania card. What they've been doing with this feud has been pretty good. On Raw, just most recently last night, you had Bianca come back. She cut the hair, of course, of Becky as revenge for what Lynch did earlier to her a couple weeks previous. And it was, it was a weird thing for Raw because they booked the Becky and Charlotte versus Bianca and Ronda match, but then Rousey said on Facebook, yeah, I'm not working Mondays. So then they just had to scramble and put that together at the last second. It worked. And now we've got Bianca and Becky here at Mania. Of course, Bianca Belair did not win the Royal Rumble. It was Ronda. Now, could have Bianca, benefited more from winning that Royal Rumble match? Probably. She could have won it 2 years in a row, and I wouldn't have been mad at it at all. Of course, she ended up winning the Elimination Chamber over in Saudi Arabia to get this match with Becky. And of course, it's a rematch of SummerSlam as well, where Becky came back. She won the championship in about 30 seconds. The SmackDown Women's Championship against Bianca. She turned heel after that, and the rest has been history. Bianca's probably going over here. I don't think Becky holds on to the championship much longer, and I think it is expiring on Saturday, and that's why I think this should probably go last. Now, there is another match on this night one card that probably should go last, and I'll make the case that it should go last, and I think you probably know what it is going to be, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I think Bianca goes over. I think she wins the first match of the night. I don't think there's too much debate over this one. Of course, Becky got the first one over at SummerSlam. I think Bianca's going to get this one, and knowing WWE, they'll probably just run this match back in the next pay-per-view, but Bianca should win it, starting this run with the Raw Women's Championship. And here's one of 3 celebrity matches on the card. It's the Mysterios taking on The Miz and Logan Paul. Okay. I mean, cool. Do we care? Not really. Like, honest to God, does anyone care about this? Who wins? I think it's tough because I could see a world where they do have Miz and Logan Paul go over just because, I mean, okay, actually, probably not, though. I don't know, because I could see all the celebrities losing except for Pat McAfee. I don't think McAfee's losing to Austin Theory. At least I don't think, even though they have done a very good job building up Austin Theory. I mean, like it or not, they just had Theory beat Ricochet on Raw, like, really quickly, and Ricochet's the Intercontinental Champion. And that's a whole other thing. Why is the IC Championship, the United States Championship, not being defended on this card? Why is Finn Balor and Ricochet, why are they both not on this card? I don't know, but say what you want about Austin Theory, they're building him up very well. But we'll get to that when he wrestles McAfee on night 2. I could definitely see a world where both teams win. I think Miz and Logan Paul are going to go over, though. I don't think they're going to have Logan Paul lose. I think Logan's going to be around. I'll say that to say the least. I think he's going to be around. Maybe they split Rey and Dominic. I mean, they've kind of been teasing that for a little bit. Do they actually pull the trigger here at Mania? Maybe not, but I think Miz and Logan Paul go over. It's weird seeing the Miz in the spot, though. I mean, celebrity match back-to-back years for him. Last year, the match with Bad Bunny, and then, of course, just the WWE champion, like a good, 13 months ago, which is, kind of crazy to see him in this spot now. I think Miz and Logan Paul win. Again, do I care? Not really, so. And it's Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I feel like this has been going on for a while now. I mean, I think it has been a while, yeah. Since I guess the start of the year, right? Or maybe even before that. Yeah, you got McIntyre and Corbin. I think this match is being set up for one thing and one thing only. It's for Drew McIntyre to kick out at the end of days. And they've been really putting that over, at least Wrestling Twitter's been putting that over, that no one's ever kicked out at the end of days. Baron Corbin puts that over a lot, or sorry, Happy Corbin puts that over a lot when he does a lot of interviews, or any of his interviews really. And I think that's what we're setting up for here. Corbin is probably going to hit the end of days at some point in this match, and McIntyre's going to kick out of it, and then eventually McIntyre's going to get the Claymore, and he's going to win the match. I think WWE is doing a pretty solid job in building up McIntyre to be the guy to potentially take the belt off of Roman. I think that's probably where they're gonna go, and especially if they do a UK show for a pay-per-view, I think that's probably what they're gonna do in the main event. McIntyre at least, be the challenger for Roman. Do I think he should take the belt from Reigns? I don't know, because there's a damn good chance they have a guy who's going to be wrestling in just a couple matches take the belt for Roman Reigns next month, and we'll get to that in a second. I'll really talk about that match in a second. But yeah, Drew's winning, no doubt about it. He's going to go over Happy Corbin, and Madcap Moss, I guess, is in the corner. No doubt about it. Like, this is one of the most confident picks you can have. Drew McIntyre's winning. He's beating Happy Corbin. I mean, hell, this was just kind of put together. The Usos versus Rick Boogs and it's Shinsuke Nakamura. The Usos are not losing. I don't see it happening, especially with the main event. You're not going to have the Usos lose the SmackDown Tag Team Championships to Nakamura and Boogs, which, I mean, they're kind of a tag team, but kind of not. It's not happening the night before Reigns wrestles Lesnar. I just don't see it happening at all. The Usos are one of the most dependable tag teams that WWE's got right now on the roster. I mean, they've been there for a very long time. They've been having matches at WrestleMania since when? WrestleMania 31? Actually, no, WrestleMania 29 in East Rutherford, New Jersey, being their first WrestleMania match. As a tag team, they're winning the championships here. They're going to retain the championships here. I don't think Nakamura and Boogs take it from them. So yeah, we're going with the Usos. Shouldn't be, I mean, maybe it'll be solid, but yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be the Usos retaining probably. And it's the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston taking on Sheamus and his crew. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch. Yeah, Butch. So if you haven't been watching SmackDown, I mean, I don't blame you, but yeah, they brought up Pete Dunne, who's, one of the longest reigning champions in WWE's history with the NXT UK Championship. He was great down there. He was awesome at NXT, and they brought him up, and they're like, yeah, you're going to be called Butch now. Butch. Words cannot describe sometimes this company. Yeah, I think Kingston and Xavier win, I think. But I could see a world where they have Sheamus and Ridge Holland go over just to put over this, Sheamus is whatever the hell club he's got going on here. But I think they'll have Xavier and Kofi win, considering what happened with Big E. It's likely they're gonna, put over Xavier and Kofi for a feel-good moment. Does Big E come out the end? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I hope Big E's doing all right. You look at his tweets. That's some scary stuff, honestly. But thankfully, he's supposed to make a recovery, I do believe. So good on that end for Big E. But yeah, I think the New Day win for Big E, I guess. Xavier and Kofi should win. Again, not that big of a match, honestly. It's just kind of a thrown together tag team match. But yeah, got it, Kofi and Xavier winning. Maybe Butch does something in the corner of Holland and Sheamus, but yeah, New Day win. And it's Seth Rollins versus an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. How funny would this be if it's not Cody? Like, I'm gonna shut off my TV screen and I'm not watching the second night of WrestleMania if it's not Cody Rhodes, because it's Cody Rhodes. Okay, they've been putting over, Seth Rollins is, his dreams of, they've been putting in these small puns, his dreams of WrestleMania have been dashed or whatever, right? This isn't no smoke and mirrors. Seth is not going to WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is going to be wrestling Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I cannot see a world where it's not Cody. They might troll us. They might send somebody out there and then Seth beats him in 5 seconds and then, by God, it's Cody Rhodes. But no, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. I'm really interested in seeing what they're going to do with this. Obviously, if Cody comes out, he's going to win. It probably won't last all that long as well. But, of course, on Raw, they're in the segment with Seth and Vince McMahon. And Vince, I got an opponent for you. Just going to come out of WrestleMania. And this should main event. It should main event. It won't, but it should. Because this is going to so overshadow whatever the hell Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair is going to be. Because I'll keep it honest with you, I don't think Ronda and Charlotte's going to be all that good. I don't think anyone anticipates it to be all that good because no one's really excited for it. Like, I think we saw with that match, the peak of that match at Survivor Series in 2019? I think that was, no, 2018. That's a while ago. My goodness. I think that was like kind of the peak of what we could get out of Ronda and Charlotte, and I'm just not too excited for that main event. I don't think it's going to be all that good, and especially if Cody comes back the match before, I don't think the crowd's going to be really into Ronda and Charlotte. Like, yeah, you watch all the Ronda and Charlotte segments and the crowds, they're really excited for Ronda when she comes out, but then after she sticks around for 2 minutes, they don't give a damn anymore. Like, they'll pop for her entrance song, but they don't pop for anything else afterwards. Anyways, Cody's going to come out. He'll beat Seth Rollins really quickly. I think they're going to put a damn rocket to this dude's back. I'll say right now, I think Cody's going to take the belt for Roman Reigns. And I know we were saying, maybe Drew takes it off him. No, I think Cody's going to win here. I think Cody's going to win the title at the next pay-per-view. I really think I think Vince is dead set focused on, all right, we got AEW's main guy. Cody was the face of the revolution, no pun intended right there, but I mean, he was the face of AEW in some people's eyes, and again, I think they're doing real well without him right now, but Cody was AEW's guy. He went to ROH, he went to New Japan, had all that success. He's back in WWE, and they're going to really show why he's their main event guy now. And I think he's going to be Seth Rollins. I think he's going to go over Roman Reigns, at least for one of the championships, because again, it's winner take all in the main event. And oh, spoiler, did I ruin who's going to win the main event? I think everyone knows Roman's probably winning, but I think Cody's probably going to take the WWE championship off him probably in the next month. And yeah, he might have help from someone else, maybe a Brock, maybe a Seth, I don't know who, but I think Cody's gonna take the belt off of Roman next month, the WWE Championship, just so they can keep that longest reigning, reign with the championship for Roman, and then eventually you can drop to Drew still if you do that. So I think Cody's gonna win the WWE Championship next month. I think he beats Seth Rollins. It will be a major disappointment if he does not come out. I'm really interested to see what theme song he comes out to, because I don't think they might not, I don't know. I don't think they have the licensing to, the Adrenaline in My Soul, Where the Hell is Cody Rhodes song. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. If not, hey, bring out, Smoke and Mirrors. That song's a banger, man. SGR 2011 soundtrack, bring them out on that. But yeah, really excited to see what they do here. It better be Cody though, or we riot. All right, cool, main event, Charlotte, Ronda Rousey. Ronda wins there. Okay, cool. I mean, do I need to say more? I don't think anyone gives a damn. No one cares. Nobody cares. Ronda needs a manager immediately. She needs a manager because she can't talk. She can't. I mean, yeah, there's some feuds they can do after this. I mean, Ronda, Naomi, I guess. Ronda, Shayna Baszler would be kind of cool, but I don't care about this match. I don't. I didn't really care about it when they ran it instead of Becky and Ronda back in 2018. We wanted Becky and Ronda. They didn't give it to us at Mania because, you gotta insert Charlotte in there. We don't really want this feud now. We would take Ronda and Becky, but gotta have Charlotte and Ronda because, checks off the boxes. Ronda's gonna win. Who gives a damn? It shouldn't be the main event, but it's going to because it's Ronda and Charlotte. Anyways, yeah, Ronda's gonna win the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's cool. Okay, on night 2, the first match for now, I got the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. There's 2 teams that could potentially win here. It's either Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley or Sasha and Naomi. Because I don't think Zelina and Carmella can win, because I think they're going to split them up, obviously, very soon. I think Zelina's turning face. Shayna and Natalya were just thrown in this match so they can get a WrestleMania paycheck. So it's one of the 2, Liv and Rhea, or Naomi and Sasha. I think it'll be Rhea and Liv Morgan. I think it's going to be, because I think they didn't put the Raw Championship on Liv, even though a lot of people wanted them to, and I was for it, but of course they weren't gonna have Becky lose to Liv. I think this is gonna be kind of their way to make up for it. They're gonna put the belts on Liv and Rhea. Again, the women's tag team championships don't mean anything. It's a pointless championship. It really is. I could see Sasha and Naomi winning, but really, what does Sasha Banks need? Why does Sasha Banks need the tag team championship? She really doesn't. It would be a lot for. I mean, it'd be some for Naomi, but again, I don't think that's where they're heading. Obviously, Carmella and Zelina aren't winning, and yeah, Natalya and Shayna were just thrown together just 2 weeks ago. Same could be said honestly about Rhea and Liv, but I think for the biggest crowd pop, the biggest crowd pop would be Sasha and Naomi, but still, going Rhea and Liv to appease the internet, I guess. I don't know. Liv wins. All right, so Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an anything goes match. All right, yeah, let's go, dude. Intercontinental Championship not on the card, but this is instead they took the belt off of Sami Zayn so that they could put Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn on the WrestleMania card and not put it for the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, so that leads me to believe that Johnny Knoxville's going over Sami Zayn, right? Anything goes. Intercontinental Championship's not on the line because they took it off of Sami to put it on Ricochet so that they couldn't put it on the main card of WrestleMania. Okay, I think that means Zayn's losing. Right? Because if Zayn was going to win, then you keep this for the Intercontinental Championship, right? You don't take the belt off of Zayn in the first place. So I think Johnny Knoxville's going to win. And that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. I mean, I got nothing else to say. Sami Zayn's character work is great. I mean, honestly, ever since Zayn came back, after he won the Intercontinental Championship in the Performance Center, era, and then came back in the Thunderdome. His work's been tremendous. I mean, his work's been really good since he was the manager for Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, Zayn's doing some of his best work right now. Like, honest to God, he's doing some of his best work. It sucks. I think he's going to lose to Johnny Knoxville. I think he's going to lose. I think there's a chance to celebrity sweep the board here on the card. And maybe Pat McAfee's not really a celebrity. Well, I mean, he is, but he's more of a wrestler than Logan Paul and Johnny Knoxville. He's on the show on a weekly basis. Well, I mean, okay, Knoxville and Paul have been on the show on a weekly basis, but Pat McAfee's been around for a while. He's more of a WWE guy. I think Knoxville wins. Again, them taking the IC championship off, it makes me believe that. So I guess, yeah, Johnny Knoxville wins. And Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. I'm not going to crap all over this because I like Pat McAfee. I've been a Pat McAfee guy for a very long time. I think his work on YouTube's great. I love the Pat McAfee show. Hell, I even have a For the Brand hoodie that I wear a lot. But Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Definitely surprised it's not Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee, because the original Meltzer report that it was going originally to be Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon. Obviously, it's not, and we're getting this instead, which I think is good. I think it is, because you're going to get a lot of viewers who aren't normal WWE viewers watch this, because Pat McAfee has a very big following, like especially through the NFL and just sports in general. A lot of people watch Pat McAfee, and a lot of people watch the Pat McAfee show. And Pat's great. I mean, honestly, Pat is really good on commentary. He brings life to SmackDown. And he's probably the best commentator they got right now on WWE television. Him in Theory, though, is interesting because I think out of all the celebrities, I think McAfee's got the highest chance of losing. I think definitely can see a world where they have Theory win, just because they've been building Theory up for a while now. Again, the one that sticks out, though, is just him beating Ricochet in 3 minutes on Raw. Now, I didn't watch it. I saw it on Twitter that he won really quickly, and a lot of people were upset about it. But again, just things like that make you think, okay, so either they're just building up Theory just to take it out of McAfee, or yeah, they're really building up Austin Theory. And the Vince work with Austin Theory, and the promos that he does with Austin Theory definitely leads you to believe that they do have big plans for Austin Theory in the future. Again, it's WWE we're talking about. Long-term storytelling's tough here, but I really think that they are building for something for Theory, as much as they like McAfee. And I think McAfee can work in the ring. You watch his matches with Adam Cole, and again, Adam Cole doesn't have bad matches, but McAfee's pretty good in the ring, so I think he can hold his own, and I think Theory is decent enough to the point where he can kind of carry McAfee to a halfway decent match, which is really only needs to be, 7 minutes? Still, I think Theory's going to win. I think out of all the celebrities, again, out of all the special guest non-wrestlers, McAfee has the highest chance of losing. I think Theory's going to go over. They're really pushing the guy. He's good. And yeah, I think Austin Theory is going to beat Pat McAfee. And now for the Raw Tag Team Championships, you've got Alpha Academy, RK Bro, and the Street Profits. Should be fun. I think the work done by these three teams have been very fun recently. RK Bro is one of the best things they've got going on the show right now. Don't break them up. Don't split them right now. There's no need to split Riddle and Orton, especially at WrestleMania, because if you were going to do the match, it was going to be at WrestleMania between the two. Just build this, let this keep going. Orton seems like he's legitimately having fun, which is weird, because Randy, doesn't usually seem like he's having fun. But Randy and Riddle have been great. Alpha Academy's, been very good. I like the Profits, heel run as of late. I think this should be good. I think it should be really good. And I think RK Bro should win. I don't think they should drop the championships here. Alpha Academy had it for a little bit. I don't think the Street Profits really need it right now. I think RK Bro, they run fine with the championships right now. I think they should keep it. Orton and Riddle are a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, this should be a good match. Give them a good 15. This match should be really good. Like RK Bro, though, to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Super excited about this. Edge versus AJ Styles. You've got Edge's new creepy character with the weird blue lighting, but that's besides the point. I mean, I really do like Edge's new heel character. Now, okay, the complete persona change is interesting, because it really is, because I know they were building off of Edge's, the nostalgia tour, basically, since he came back, and they really got rid of his theme song. That kind of sucks, even though, what is it, Alter Ego, I think is the new name of the song, Alter Bridge, Alter Ego, I'm not mistaken, something like that. It's not bad, it's a good song, but, nothing really compares to his original song. But I'm interested to see what they keep doing with this Edge character, because it's something different again. It's different than the heel Edge we've seen in the past, and with the Radar Superstar gimmick. It should be good. AJ Styles as a face runs very well, obviously. AJ's very good. This match should be very good, because Edge has been very good in the ring since he's come back. And I know that they hyped up the second match at Backlash with him and Orton as the greatest wrestling match of all time. It wasn't even like top 5 in in WWE that year, but it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It's like, I thought it was top 10 for WWE that year. Edge's matches with Seth Rollins were both very good. The one at SummerSlam was good. The one at in Saudi Arabia was very good as well, like 9 in the morning my time, but it was good. It was on a Thursday too, which is weird, but that was good. Edge's matches with Roman were just kind of mid. The WrestleMania one was great, don't get me wrong, but the one at Money in the Bank, wasn't really nothing special. The Miz matches, But Edge and AJ Styles should be very good. Like, I'm excited for this. If you thought Seth and Edge was good, Edge and AJ Styles would be very good as well. I've been waiting for this match for a very long time. I'm very glad they did this one at WrestleMania. AJ should win. AJ needs it really more than Edge at this point, because I think Edge can bounce back with this new, blue promo gimmick character. He can bounce back with that. And I think they'll probably run this match back again. I could see this feud going on for a little bit, and I'm fine with that. Continuing Edge and AJ Styles feud, you can't go wrong with it. I still, though, just once, I want to see Edge hold the World Championship before he retires. I just want to see it. I don't know where that happens. Maybe he takes the belt for Cody. Maybe, if Cody stays a face, I don't know. But if Cody wins the championship, he's likely taken as a face off of Roman and he turns heel probably 2 months after he wins it. So maybe Edge never gets a shot at the World Championship, but I do still want to see it. However, in this match, though, I think the Phenomenal One will win. AJ Styles goes over the Radar Superstar Edge, or no longer Radar Superstar, but still, he goes over Edge. Should be a fun match. Really excited for it. And just announced last night on Raw, we've got Bobby Lashley coming back to take on Omos. They're going to have Omos run right through Bobby Lashley, aren't they? I don't know to what extent is Bobby Lashley still injured from the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, he was injured going into that match, but they just took him out of it. I don't know if he's still hurt. Honestly, I don't know. And if he is still hurt, it'll probably just be something safe. They just have Omos hit a couple moves and put away Lashley really quickly. There's a chance they even have Omos squash Lashley, which I don't think they should do. But again, if Lashley's not 100% and they just want to get him on the card and they want Omos to get a win, then I would see why you would do that. I don't think Lashley wins, though. I don't think they're going to have Lashley go over. I really think they've been pushing Omos. He's never lost yet. And they really want to push this guy. I don't think he's going to lose Bobby Lashley. Even though Lashley's great, he just was the WWE champion, 2 months ago? And it sucks that he's losing this match, but I'm glad at least he's on the card. But yeah, there's a world where this match is like 60 seconds and Omos goes over really quickly. I don't think Bobby wins. I think Omos is going to get the win. Is he, gonna wrestle Roman? I don't know, because the brand split isn't really a thing. You got a bunch of SmackDown guys on Raw tonight. That was weird. But yeah, I think Omos beats Bobby Lashley. And it's the main event. It's the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Winner take all, championship unification. The WWE champion Brock Lesnar, the Universal champion Roman Reigns for the 8th time. Okay. We've seen it before, and I don't think the match is going to be all that different. The build has been different, which I do appreciate, even though it just feels like it's promos back and forth every single week with some sort of element mixed in, which is all right, which is, you don't need a million matches to build up one match, obviously, right? So it's fine. I'm glad they're not doing endless tag team matches with, Jey Uso and Roman versus Brock and someone else one week, and then, Jimmy versus Brock the other week, and then Roman versus, a ghost from Brock Lesnar's past, Shelton Benjamin or something. I'm glad they're not doing that. I'm glad they didn't bring, Frank Mir to go fight Brock Lesnar on an episode of SmackDown, right? I'm glad they didn't do that. But again, we've seen this before. We have seen this match before. We've seen it a lot. Off the top of my head, you want to have a go of how many times we've seen this? Because it's been a while. It's been a while. So the first one I can remember is WrestleMania 31, the main event of WrestleMania. Now, I said this before, I'll say it again. People were not excited for that match back then. WrestleMania 31, people were not excited for Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar to the point where the crowd was waiting for Seth Rollins to come out. They were cheering for Seth Rollins. They just wanted to see Seth Rollins cash in Money in the Bank. And he did. The crowd was really excited. I was in the crowd, and everyone again was just waiting for that moment. So I witnessed that personally. I was there to see that. No one gave a damn about Roman and Brock. Everyone was just kind of waiting for Seth. To that point, WrestleMania was very good. The card leading up to that point was very good, and it was just like, we're getting Roman and Brock. It's finally dark outside too, because, San Francisco. But yeah, okay, that's cool. No one was really excited for it then, but okay. Next, Brock and Roman 3 years later, WrestleMania 34. I might be missing some, but this is just off the top of my head. Yeah, that match. Brock goes over Roman. I think everyone thought Roman was going to win, but then no, Brock just kind of won out of nowhere with a couple F5s. You kind of thought at the time, is this the end of the Roman Reigns push? Is the Roman experiment over? No, it wasn't, because they ran it back again at Greatest Royal Rumble, I think, was it? I know it was a Saudi show. It was a steel cage match. Roman's going to win. Spear outside of the cage, but oh no, the cage falls over. Brock gets speared, but he lands down on the mat first or outside the ring, and he retains. So they run it back at SummerSlam. You thought that was finally going to be the end. I know they had a couple like multi-man matches in between, but they ran it again at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. Roman wins, but unfortunately, I believe that was after that he had to vacate the championship because, of course, he got sick afterwards. No fault of anyone, obviously. Roman won that match though, and you thought, okay, maybe it's over, but then no, they did Roman and Brock again at Crown Jewel, where Roman wins for the Universal Championship in October, and now we're here. And that doesn't even include the multi-man matches like the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam with Strowman and Samoa Joe and all this other stuff as well. Okay, main event, who wins? It's going to be Roman Reigns. Brock's not going over. It's as simple as that. I mean, Roman Reigns is winning in the main event of WrestleMania because they are probably saving him for Cody Rhodes. Again, adrenaline in my soul. Where the hell is Cody Rhodes? I think he's gonna be the one to take the belt for Roman soon. I think because it's winner take all, which is weird. Again, I don't know what is the need for this. There is no need. There truly isn't. Like, you could have just put the belt, the WWE Championship on Seth, and then done an open challenge with Seth and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and just have Cody win the WWE Championship on night one. Obviously, they're not doing that, but you could have done that. Brock doesn't need the WWE Championship right now. You don't need two titles on this match, but that's what they're doing. Roman's gonna win both. He'll find a way to drop the WWE Championship very quickly. I don't think they're gonna unify it, even though it says championship unification. But WWE's weird with those, like with that wording and all that. Because I've seen champion versus champion, some I've seen unification, some I've seen winner take all. I think they're gonna have Roman carry both. I think he'll lose one, of course, to Cody Rhodes, which should be the WWE Championship because they want the long reigning Universal run to keep going. And I think that's where they move forward for here. But again, Roman Reigns is winning in the main event of WrestleMania. He will be Brock Lesnar. End of story. And folks, thank you for watching my WrestleMania 38 explain video. Tried my best to break down this card. There's some flaws in it, but it should be a fun 2 nights. At least I hope. So again, folks, thank you for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Give folks, thank you for watching. And Mamba forever.